Car Service Together is way more fun than it should be. Car Service Together launched in early access with mixed reviews, but once you jump in with friends, something clicks. This isn't a hardcore car simulator. It's fast, chaotic, and surprisingly chill. Players are running around fixing cars, grabbing parts, yelling at each other, and somehow having a great time. Bugs exist, sure, but for an early access co-op game, the foundation is already strong. Early Steam reviews praise the game's arcadey approach, fun co-op chaos, and active developers who are already pushing fixes and teasing upcoming content. At the same time, players are calling for deeper repair systems, better UI navigation, more randomness in jobs, and additional progression. So is Car Service Together worth playing right now? If you're looking for a polished solo sim, maybe wait. If you want a laid-back co-op game to mess around with friends, this might be a hidden early access gem in the making. Car Service Together. Early access chaos that actually works. Car Service Together launched in early access with mixed first impressions, and honestly, that's exactly what you'd expect from a co-op game that dropped yesterday and immediately invited players to break everything together. But if you look past the launch noise, there's a clear pattern in early reviews. When this game clicks, it's the kind of co-op chaos people want. Players describe it as less of a hardcore simulator and more of a fast-paced arcadey mechanic experience, a middle ground between serious car repair and party game energy. You're fixing cars, chasing parts, shouting, "Who took this?" and somehow the mess never turns into stress. It's the good kind of chaos, busy, funny, and surprisingly chill, especially when played with friends.
A common defense from positive reviewers is simple. Yes, there are bugs, but it's early access. Some players even praise the dev team for tracking issues quickly and pushing fixes often, which matters a lot for a game built on momentum. The current gameplay loop is described as not too grindy, and while procedures may feel simplified compared to deeper mechanic sims, many see that as a strength. It keeps sessions flowing and makes co-op feel snappy rather than tedious. That said, the critiques are real and consistent. A big one is UI controls friction, especially in the store and inventory navigation. Clicking through items with the mouse but needing the keyboard to swap categories feels awkward and slows the pace. Others want more depth, better washing, painting preparation, more detailed repair steps, and more randomness so jobs don't feel scripted every time. Several reviews also mention missing quality of life features from earlier builds, like selling old parts, and a few players call out immersion-breaking oddities in car logic and repair scenarios. There's also the early access reality check. Some players feel the current content is shallow for the price, while others are happy to wait because the game already teases upcoming updates like fuse box and transmission content. In other words, Car Service Together is in that classic EA moment. The foundation is fun, but the ceiling depends on how quickly the devs expand depth, variety, and progression. Right now, the verdict is pretty clear. If you're buying for a polished solo sim, wait. But if you want a laid-back co-op game where the fun comes from teamwork, confusion, and just one more job, Car Service Together is already delivering more laughs than it has any right to, and it looks like it's only getting started.